Welcome to the Anna Jean pricing guide, and thank you so much for your purchase. Christina here, and in this video, I'm going to go over how to start customizing the guide and provide just a brief overview of Canva. Let's get started. So one of the first things we're going to do is add in your beautiful artwork. So you're going to select any photo, and then on the left-hand side, you're going to come over to Uploads. This is where you're going to drag and drop in your images. From here, we're going to select an image and I'm just going to put it in place. Then I can double click and you'll notice the excess image here. So if you want to adjust the positioning, you can slide it over. Up at the top, we have an undo and redo button. So you have that available. Same thing down for this little one. I'm going to ungroup, click the image, and you can slide that in. With any of the images, for example, you can slide that down because you can see the excess imagery. But then if you're like, well, you just want to make it smaller altogether, you can grab the corners. That's going to keep the same proportion and make it smaller. Here we can change the size of it kind of by grabbing the little rounded rectangles here. Then again, we can just undo all of that if need be. That's going to be the same process for all of the pages as far as switching in photos. This too, if we also want to make this full width, we can. And then, for example, we'll double check position. This is already to the back, but for example, say if it was in front of everything, you're like, what the heck? You'd come up to position and then to back. Honestly though, that's kind of cool like that. Then what's really cool, so if you were just playing around with this and you're like, oh, let me try a few different options, you can also duplicate each page. So if creative juices are just flowing, feel free to come in here. You can duplicate it as many times as you want and just make it your own, use what's there. You've got options. And then the same process will be for swapping out the rest of the images. So uploads, add it in. You can change the positioning here just by sliding it. You can change the size. You can also, with the three dots here, this is where you could duplicate. So if you're like, ooh, I want 2 photos here, say if this was off, and you're like, oh, I really want them to be aligned, we can hold down shift and select the other image, come up here to position, and go and click bottom. And then if you're like, I want to make sure it's aligned here, we can select the text. This is grayed out, so it's already aligned, but for example, it could be over more. So I'm going to realign here. I'm going to grab the image and the text. I'm going to hold down shift, and now I can left align. Which honestly, that looks kind of cool too. Then if you're like, well, I just need to add a new image to this page, we can go to uploads. Wait, I don't know if okay, perfect. And you could totally have more images and then move things all over. I have to grab all of it. But it's so fun because you can come through here and just move things, keep them where they are. It makes it super easy. Okay, moving on, we're going to go through how to edit the text. So of course, you're going to add in your name here. The cool thing with our Anna Jean pricing guide is you can use any of the fonts that you see here. When you select the font, you'll notice right here is the drop down. If you click over here, if you have a Canva free account, you can use any of the fonts that Canva provides. Or if you want to upload custom fonts, you're going to have to upgrade to a Canva Pro account. It's still super easy to do, but if you already have custom fonts, that is what you would have to do to get them in here. Then you'll notice we have font size. We can use anything from the drop down here. You can also manually do it here. Here we have colors. You can use any of the document colors here or click here, and you can use any colors. You can also upload your brand color hex code here if you have it, or use the eyedropper tool, and we could get let's get one of these. Oh, nice. Okay, so you could also get a color here with the eyedropper tool as well. Whenever you have the text selected, right here at the top is kind of your design toolbar here. So again, if it is kind of grayed out, that means you cannot use that feature. Because these are uploaded fonts, they don't have that. And then you can use what's here. This is the title case. Alignment tool, there's a list feature, letter spacing and line spacing. This is helpful more so for paragraph text here. There is effects and animate. Of course, feel free to play with them. I don't think you would need it for this, but if you're curious, you can come in here and check it out. And then again, the position tool. So this will align to page. We can go middle, bottom, whatever is available here. And then be sure to add in the year over here. And then with updating any of the text, it's all going to be the same process. So whenever we select it here, you're going to get the same features. So you can see the font, size, color, any of these tools here, the alignment, line spacing, letter spacing, kind of same stuff here. And you can move anything anywhere too. So that's super cool. Maybe you want these both to be at the bottom. We can drag those down. And I could go down here. And then the same thing with any of the text you select too. When you see the three dots here, you could duplicate it. So if you want text to go somewhere else, you have that option as well. Okay, next we're going to go over background color. So you're going to select kind of the negative space here, and you'll see this square. You'll select it, and here you can change colors. You can also, same process, so you can use any color really. Not upload, add in your brand color hex code here. Use the slider. We can drag this around. It'd be kind of cool as like a... That's not fully it, but... And then same thing here. So you'll notice too, like photo colors come in as well. So that's kind of helpful. But same process. Next, we're going to go over how you can duplicate the pages. So specifically in the packages. There are 3 packages here, and then an elopements package. So for example, if you have 4 packages, you can duplicate this and add in 4. From here, you also see these little arrows, so you can reorder them and even then delete them. Or if you're like, hey, I want to try out a couple different things with the package, you can duplicate it as many times as needed, which is super fun. So if you have the creative juices flowing, you'll be able to see it. Next, we have this. It's a grid view. So if you're like curious what everything is looking like in order, you can kind of see it here. And then you can also reorder by dragging these and moving them around here. And that's super helpful. And then down at the bottom here, we'll just close that. Next, you'll notice some of the elements that are within this guide. So you'll notice all of the tape. These ones you cannot change the colors at all. but you can duplicate them by clicking the three dots and then duplicate. You can select them and change the rotation of them. I have two just so that there's more opacity to it. We can also, if you want them smaller, make them smaller. And then as we move down here, you'll notice we have these orange kind of highlighter. This is just a shape within Canva, so you are able to change the colors directly in here. We have these shapes in the corners. These ones are also directly in Canva, so it's really cool because you can change these colors. These lines are also directly from Canva, so it's really cool because you can change the colors directly here. The tape, these are separate graphics as well. So these I will have linked below. I got them from Creative Market, so in case you want to use these somewhere else within your branding, I will have that Creative Market link below this video as well. Okay, make sure. Okay, yeah, the tape was from a Creative Market pack too, so I will have that. I think it's from the same pack, but that will be linked below. Sometimes too, if you're just curious, if you select an item and you see that there's a color option here, then you know you can change the color. Okay, one of the next things too we have is view galleries. So this is such a great way to link your top 3 galleries so potential dream clients can view more of your work. Here we have names, so be sure to come in here and add the couple's names. Okay, so we're gonna add their name. I'm gonna select it, click the 3 dots. Here you're gonna click link. Okay, 3 dots, link, and then you're gonna paste in the link here. Same thing for the image. I would also click it, 3 dots, link, paste in the link, and then you'll move on to the next one. So we'll have image, I would link that, name, edit the name, add the link, so 3 dots, link, paste the link, and then the names down here. So these names go with the big image, so you could also link this image too. Another cool feature with the linking is you can come down here and also link to your Instagram, so the 3 dots, add your link, and then also we have your website. So we could do the 3 dots and link here as well. And that is super helpful just in case they want to refer back to anything, they have it. Yeah, so just super helpful. Another cool thing is when you're kind of customizing the guide and you want to see like, well, what is it looking like so far? It's cool to come here and click present and then click present again. And then you can use the arrows on your keyboard to go through and just kind of see like what your clients would experience. And then just click escape on your keyboard to come back, which that is super fun. Okay, now that covers the basics of editing the elements and the pages within the guide. I did want to mention just a few things within Canva as well. So you'll notice over here along the left-hand side, there are other templates and different things available. So you can also look in here. And then if you needed to add something, you could come to one of these templates too. They also have really cool elements available. So for example, we want to use like, say these stars. We can go to the color. Let's do something. So you can kind of come through and add in other elements then. You can even search directly in here. So sometimes like messy line, see all. And then sometimes you'll see on here too, some of these will be a pro account. They will have free ones too that you can use. So just depending. But otherwise you can use, of course, everything you see already within the Anna Jean pricing guide. Text, we went over that portion. Brand, this is a feature within the Canva Pro account. That's what we have. You definitely don't need it or anything, but it'll show you if you have a free account, like what you could add here, and it'll prompt you to upgrade. Then you have uploads. Again, this is where everything is going that you want to add on to a page. So this could be photos, your logos. If you have other brand elements, for example, like tape, this would be a brand element. Lines, a brand element. So anything like that, you're going to upload here. Just drag and drop it in. There is this draw feature. You can see projects. They have apps. They have other commercial photos, music. Like Canva has so many other resources and things available. So if you ever want to check it out, this is another area you can kind of click on and look through. Lastly, you're going to go to save this as a PDF. So you'll click share, download. Here we'll change to PDF. All pages. So this would be, for example, if you were creating different cover pages, make sure you have the right one selected, and you can just make sure if you don't want page 2, you can just unselect it, and then you'll click done and download. Of course, if you ever have any questions, feel free to send us an email and we'd be happy to help. Otherwise, we are so excited for you to book your dream clients.